Good Monday afternoon. We're getting all ready for Halloween as we open the door on the haunted Shanghai tunnel tour you can take in the Old Town part of Portland. Extremely popular this time of year. We'll let you know, well, you see there, who you might and what you might see during a visit to the tunnels.
We also have paranormal investigators with us today
Seekers.
on the couch here at Portland Today. We're going to talk about a recent discovery of theirs coming up, Rod, in just a moment.
All right, now take a look at this image. I haven't seen this before myself. They captured it in the Bend Cemetery, and we're going to find out what they think about the mysterious figure, the light there, in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to go back to Tracy and Kathy and talk about those Shanghai tunnel tours.
Yes, we have our own mysterious figure in studio this morning. Michael P. Jones, he's the Shanghai tunnel tour guide, but so much more than that. You keep the nonprofit alive, and you've been exploring these tunnels, you were telling us, since you were 7 years old. What is it about the tunnels that's so captivating?
Everything about it. The environment, the history, the folklore that surrounds it.
Let's talk a little bit about that history, because there are some people who may not know that they were, I mean, these are the real deal. They were used for human trafficking.
Exactly. Back in those days, they called it Shanghaiing, where they captured men, and the way Portland did it was very different. The saloons were the best places to get their victims. They would get them drunk, drop them through trapdoors on the floor, hold them in underground holding cells, made them available for the sea captains 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Different than other cities. They always filled their orders for a crew. Give us an era. When was this happening? It actually started 1850 to 1941. It boomed in 1870 to 1917, the beginning of World War I.
And why do you think they're haunted?
I have to laugh
gives me the chills. I'm sorry.
It always happens. When you're doing tours, you see people that shouldn't be there. You have people that will tap you on the shoulder, whisper in your ear.
Tell us about some of those folks. There's a gentleman Billy Smith, you refer to him.
Mysterious Billy Smith. He was a boxer here in Portland who boxing was illegal. His bare fists, round was over, one of the fighters' knee touched the ground. He boxed secretly in the underground, and his claim to fame was chewing off people's ears.
Oh boy.
He always won, and his ghost is sighted in the underground. Also, people feel hot breath on the back of the neck or a little nibble at the ear.
So you say that's Billy Smith?
Yeah.
That's mysterious.
Are these
Billy
people
Smith.
that died in the tunnels then?
People who died or came back to them.
Okay.
Now, a new section we're going to get open soon is where mysterious Billy Smith boxed. And the reason why we're delayed, our work crews kept quitting because of mysterious Billy Smith kept bothering them.
Oh, I bet so. Nibbling at the ear. That would send me
do
home
it,
from
wouldn't
work.
it?
And what about Nina?
Nina.
Nina.
Oh, that people call her. She's Native American. She lived along the Columbia River. She was grabbed by white slavers, brought to Portland, and sold into prostitution. And she couldn't escape. Missionaries went to her. They were the only ones trying to stop Shanghaiing. They went to her and said, give us the information about the Shanghai. We want to do something about it, and we'll get you home. She knew she'd be risking her life. Well, she had to get away. Provided them information, and then they took her to the police, where some people were on the take, and 2 nights later, she was thrown down the elevator shaft.
Oh my gosh. Now, these tunnels are much more widespread than most people know, and you're trying to preserve some of them.
As much as we can, and it's like pushing a boulder up a waterfall. And you know,
they've caved in.
No.
No.
It's trying to get people convinced that these need to be saved. You know, we get people from all over the world who are coming here. And you know, when my first group from Europe, I thought, my God, they're not going to like this. You know, look at the architecture in Europe, the history. They loved it.
Well, it's fascinating, and it's real. It's a real part of our history.
Yeah. Now, how would we know that Nina was present? What sort of things do your visitors sense when she's around?
She's been actually sighted.
They've seen
Sighted.
it.
I know we have
yeah.
some photos, and maybe we could look at those photos and get a sense for some of the images that people have captured in the tunnel.
So are you always surprised when people walk out and say, I saw this?
No.
You're not surprised. No. You've seen it yourself.
No.
What are we looking at here?
This is guy. He's dressed like you'd be aboard ship during a storm. This guy's been sighted on an ongoing basis, different places in the Shanghai tunnels.
And are you familiar with him, or is it just a figure?
He kind of picked up, he sort of, the last 2 years he's been sighted.
Okay.
I hadn't seen him before, but see, that doesn't mean anything, because they'll appear to who they want to and who they don't want to. And a lot of times when you see them, they're not in a fog, they're not like translucent, they look like you and I, and that throws me.
Wow, that's
like the latest thing that showed up was this guy, he was kind of a grayish white, and he was doing this mind stuff. I thought, who is this guy? And then he started running away into nowhere and disappeared. And I have my flashlight on him, and I was doing a tour, and I says, does anybody see the guy I'm looking at? Nobody saw him but me, and that's what happens. They'll reveal themselves to who they want.
No one showed up missing on that tour group, I take it.
No.
Have
Always
you ever
do a
lost
proper
anybody?
count.
Right.
Well, Michael P. Jones, very fascinating,
Oh,
and
yes.
important to note that the Shanghai Tunnel tours, well, they go year-round.
They go year-round, and they're expanding. The new sections are opening up, and we're very excited because the more we can open, the more we can utilize, the more they're going to preserve. Because we got to think about when we're gone, what are we leaving behind? And if this history has been hidden for so many years, and people say, oh, it didn't happen, tell the victim's family it didn't happen. It happened.
Yeah. Well,
Plus, we're really blessed. We have the people that built the underground. The family are volunteers with us.
Lovely.
Well, thank you so much for coming by. We know this is an extremely busy time of year for you, Michael. We'll let you get back to the job. If you want to sign up for a tour, shanghai-tunnels.info. Thanks so much.
All right, I'm scared already, but I think there's more.
Yes, there is. We will continue to explore the paranormal today. We take you